Welcome to the first episode of Snap Aim Podcast in 2024. And yeah, let me do a little life update first. So I have two kitties in my lap right now. You can't see them because the camera's too high up, but um yeah, Mr. Swanson, I thought we had a better diagnosis for him, but unfortunately his cancer did metastasize. Oops, sorry, I punched the mic. I'm so sorry. But his cancer did metastasize in his thyroid. We have no idea where it started, so we're going to do a CT scan and everything. Once we move to LA, which is going to be like mid-February, something like that. So on top of the move, we're also going to be looking at options for Swanson. If he can get surgery to get a majority of the cancer out, that'd be great. But as of right now, it's more of a treatment than like a cure option with like how far it's gone, which sucks. I cry about it at night, but then there are days or times like this where I can talk about it and be okay. So, you know, it sucks. It's been really hard. I think I don't realize just how tough it is to have a kitty or like a pet who's really sick and you can't. I think the worst part is that you can't tell them what's going on, right? Like why they have to take this medicine that might make them feel funny. He did start chemo, so that's good, and it's like the smallest dose because he's on the thinner side, so that's good. Like his weight lets him take the smaller dose. He's been a champ at taking the pills, by the way. So he deserves all of the praise. He's been doing so well with it. But yeah, basically, the vet told us that right now it's about quality of life and continuing that for him. So yeah, we're putting that first, which sucks because I have to move for work and I feel bad that I'm putting him through that. But he's really good in the car, so I'm hoping that, he'll just nap. Maybe I can set up some dividers in the car because I have a decent-ish size car. So maybe I can like let him, walk around in the back seat. Maybe he'll be okay. But yeah, so um that's been my life recently. On top of returning to work and all these other things coming up. So yeah, it's been tough. It's been a tough year to start, but um what can you do? Life doesn't stop, right? World keeps turning. So yeah, Swanson's pretty good with pills as long as there's food involved. He does not care. He will just, which a little bit concerning. I'm like, dude, maybe you should watch what you eat. But he's like, no, I don't care. So yeah, so that's the personal side of news. So if I seem really busy, if some weeks I have to skip the podcast, I am sorry, but there's a lot happening right now. So I will do my best. But I did want to do a podcast this week because there is something just absolutely absurd happening in gaming, and I don't know, like, how many other people are talking about this because it's kind of crazy. Like there's just a lot happening and people don't seem to be talking about it as much. I see some people talking about it. So I kind of want to talk about the amount of greed that I see happening in this industry right now. And particularly in terms of like live service games. So okay, so the first one that I want to talk about is Star Citizen. So I don't know if you've heard about this, but Star Citizen has a bundle, a ship bundle for the game that is still in alpha, by the way, after like 12 years. And they're selling it for $48,000, but you can only purchase it if you're part of this special club in the game. But in order to get into that game, into that club, you have to have spent a lot more money. So, okay, I actually wrote up a bunch of stuff about this today, like a news thing. So, okay. So I don't know if I'm going to say this right. It's called the Legatus 2853 pack. And from what I understand, there was a different pack like this before, but this is a new one. And it's cool. It has over 175 ships from all the different manufacturers in the world, which is actually pretty sick. But, I don't know, dude. To me, that is not worth $48,000. You almost got it, Tech Zero. Oh man, that's wild. I cannot justify spending that much money in a video game, especially when it's in alpha still, right? After so many years. So yeah, in order to purchase this, you have to be a part of this thing called the Star Citizens Chairman's Club, which you can only become a part of after spending money on other items in the game. And we're not really sure, as far when we were researching this, we weren't really sure how much money you needed to spend, but players are reporting that some players that have already spent $10,000 and reached that specific tier, they can see that they can purchase that bundle. But isn't that wild? The fact that if you spend $10,000, at least $10,000 in a game, then you get the option to buy, oh hey, 48,000 more dollars. I almost got the name correct. Okay, yeah. I I don't know how to say it. I don't really know much about this game other than what I've looked up on its development cycle, which the development cycle is wild, by the way. So I'm gonna run you through that because that is actually very crazy, their story. Um, yeah, so the game was announced at GDC in October 2012. So that's a while ago. Yeah. And it was always a crowdfunded project, and it started out with a Kickstarter project, Kickstarter campaign at the start of their announcement. So back in 2012, and it was funny because it actually crashed their site when they announced it, because people were going towards it, which is really cool. And in concept, it is a very cool game. It's something that I'm totally into, but I cannot justify buying that game because of all the different things that they've been doing, especially this update in particular. So if you remember, the biggest thing about Star Citizen and its controversy was that it was supposed to have a single player campaign mode called Squadron 42. And we did get a recent trailer and an update on it, which is great. But the backstory is it was supposed to release in November 2014. It's now 2024. So 10 years late. It also included VR and flight stick support and a bunch of other things. And Squadron 42 was obviously delayed multiple times. In December 2020, they said that they weren't going to say anything more about the release date, or they weren't going to show gameplay footage until it was closer to when they were going to release, which I'm just like, yeah, obviously. Why wouldn't you just do that in the first place? That seems pretty smart to just do that. But, you know, I'm assuming they just got ahead of themselves and all of that. So 11 years later, last October, Cloud Imperium Games, the developers of Star Citizen, they announced that Squadron 42 is feature complete and released a new trailer, which you may have seen it. I do remember seeing it, and I was like, oh, this looks cool. But then I realized it was Star Citizen, and I was like, okay. So they did announce a new trailer, and they said it's feature complete, but there's still no release date or even a release window. So yeah. And that's just the single player mode. That's the controversy behind the single player mode and how long it's taken. So yeah, Andrew, it is a not great pattern for them. And if you go into their history, it's pretty bad, the pattern that they've been showcasing. So there's a mode called the Arena Commander Flight Combat Sim where you can test out your ship combat and racing, and it had different racing modes and stuff, which is really cool. And it opened for full access for all players in August 2014. So something came out in August in 2014. Then Star Marine, the FPS mode, that is totally up my alley, was announced at PAX Australia in 2014 and was contracted out for development by a third-party studio, Ilphonic. And this didn't work out because Cloud Imperium Games was not happy with some of the assets because they didn't really match up the size with theirs. What Ilphonic didn't match up with what Cloud Imperium Games wanted to have in game. So they canceled that contract, and then they decided to take on the project in-house. So that obviously caused a delay with Star Marine. And the original release date for Star Marine was sometime in 2015, but it launched in patch 2.6 in December 2016, a year later. All things considered, that's not a terrible delay, considering the story mode hasn't been released after 11 years. So, yeah. Then the actual space combat and trading mode, the Persistent Universe, is probably the most main mode for Star Citizen that you probably see your favorite streamers doing RP in and such like that, which honestly does catch my interest, but I just cannot get behind this game. So that was released in December 2015. Then the next big step was Alpha 3.0. That is the most recent update and had a lot of problems in its gradual rollout in 2017. So it started in 2017 and they gradually updated 3.0 with like little updates. So but there was still no word on when Star Citizen was going to be fully released. And after 12 years, the game is still in alpha. And you want to know the wildest thing about their development? If you go to their website, you can see how much money they have raised, right? So last I checked, they raised $6,058,000 wait, yeah, 6,058,000 $216,322. So they've almost raised $700 million. Or so, yeah. So I don't understand. Like, they have made so much money because here's the thing, people actually buy these bundles, right? It is a lot of money. It is a lot of money. Yeah. And it's been 12 years. It's been 12 years. And I don't understand. Listen, I don't pretend to know anything about game development because I do not know what it's like to develop a game, right? I'm not a game developer. I report on gaming news. Putting that out there, I do not know how game development works, especially in indie companies. This is an independent game studio as well. So totally understand it. I completely understand the need and like for crowdfunded projects. I mean, if you look at Tunic was a crowdfunded project, but then it did get picked up by Microsoft, right? So it's awesome, right? And that was developed by one guy who eventually did branch out, decide to bring in a team. Still a small team, but crowdfunding worked for him. Star Citizen being 12 years in crowdfunding, constantly taking money from people, but not even granting a release date or anything for any of these modes is kind of wild. I know Squadron 42 is rumored to be releasing in the next year or two. At least people are speculating, but they have not said anything. And if this timeline reveals anything to you about how their development cycle works, I think it's going to be another like 4 or 5 years before we see anything about it officially. They say it's feature complete, so maybe it's 1 to 2 years. I really hope it is for the sake of players, but a single player mode is really cool because you can also play it offline. There are rumors of it being able to be played offline, which is really cool. And here's the thing, Star Citizen is a really cool game idea. I love it. I love anything to do with space exploration, and it looks great, right? But they just keep it in alpha, and I don't know what's going on. So yeah, so this is the article on it, right? 58,000. They've all, and this is not the first overpriced bundle that they've tried to sell, right? Like this is just one of the latest ones, and it's kind of wild. And just there's just no plans to fully release it, and I don't understand. It's interesting, and I know that IGN reached out to Cloud Imperium Games on how exactly people can buy this, but it hasn't been explained. And I don't know if it's going to be explained. So let's actually go ahead and take a look at how much money they've made, right? Is it a little bit different now? I wonder if it's gone up since Oh my God, it has! Oh, it actually has gone up! Woo! Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually wild. It has gone up. Yes, I guarantee you people actually bought it, which is why it's gone up. So it's so interesting. They actually have the entire timeline of how the funding has helped them, which is really cool. I love the transparency, ? But for all these players playing, which if you remember, look up here, there's 5 million players playing this game. I think that they're probably wondering, when are we going to get the full release? When are we going to get everything that we were promised 12 years ago? It is very cool to see this timeline, right? Like, oh, hey, you hit 4 million. Star Citizen will have an additional alien race. That's really cool. But you see the updates start getting less and less. And at a certain point, you have to ask, when should you just say that a game is released? In my opinion, so from how yeah, one alien race. So in my opinion, when I review games, I have come to the conclusion that if you can purchase things in your game, the game is out, right? If the game is out and playable, it's released. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. Just because it's an alpha doesn't mean it's not out there and it's not playable, right? Especially for something that's been out for 12 years. I would say it's definitely out. Maybe not full release, stable release, but it is still out there, right? So It's really interesting. The way that we do some reviews, like especially if battle royales are out in like alpha, right? We still review them because we're like, well, okay, well, are they allowing people to purchase items in this? Oh, yeah, they are. Okay, yeah, it's out. By all intents and purposes, it is out, you know? So I feel the same with Star Citizen, even though there's a lot that they have promised that they have not delivered yet. And I think that's the huge problem about it. And I know a lot of people still love this game, they play it. The RP is really cool in this, but it's a problem, man. Like, how are you going to constantly say something is an alpha just to get away with the fact that you're not going to finish certain projects that you promised your players? And at the very least, tell them that it's not realistic. I mean, the story mode specifically, let me go back to this. Um, let's see, where was the story mode aspect? Oh yeah, I mean, the story mode, they said it was going to release around November 2014, right? And then only in December 2020 did they say, hey, we're not actually going to announce anything more about the release date or anything, any more details around it until it's ready. Why not just stay realistic and say that at the beginning? And totally understand if they bit off more than they can chew, but I think it's a little bit, it's okay to be realistic and transparent with your players, especially when you see that so many people believe in the project and the ideas that you are delivering, right? Or that you want to deliver. So, yeah, and I keep saying this on like Podcast Unlocked, on anything that I'm on. I'm just like, I feel like there is a disconnect between the developers and players, especially of live service games. You have to communicate with your community because they're the ones keeping the game alive. If you don't have players, you don't have a game. And obviously it's different for single player games, even with but with Star Citizen, I mean, Squadron 42 is tied into that whole game. So I think that's a different situation. Yeah, it's one of those, I agree because I like the idea of Star Citizen. I think it has a lot of cool mechanics, but why would I buy it when I see so many issues around it? And when I see ridiculous bundles like this? And I understand there are always going to be people who buy things, right? Like it's like those people who go, "Oh, why would you ever buy this skin in Fortnite?" Well, if you play the game enough, you think that the investment is worth it, right? It's a free to play game. It's one skin. You spend how many hours in it? Does that $20 skin equal out to like 60 hours of play for just 1 week? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I have spent a lot of money in Apex. I've spent a decent amount of money in Call of Duty. I think I've only bought like a few skins just because I was like, oh, all right, well, this is really cool. Also, I'm not gonna lie, there's definitely been moments where I've bought things because I was like, you know what? I feel a little bit of FOMO. And it works, right? It works. Actually, it's okay. This is going to lead into the next one. I have yet to look specifically into this, but the new Apex mode. Let me look at this. Apex Legends Final Fantasy VII event, which so wild to me that Final Fantasy VII decided to do a partnership with Apex. And actually, I did send in a few questions asking like how this came to be, why you chose Final Fantasy VII, why Final Fantasy also chose Apex to do the collab with, because I've never seen an event like this in Apex, which is really cool. I think it'd be very nice, have an event like sorry, I'm holding up Swanson, he's falling off my lap. But have an event like this to keep the game alive, especially with ranked being changed and skill-based matchmaking in casuals making it extremely sweaty. I think this is the weirdest crossover in a while, but I also think it makes sense because Crypto's heirloom is a sword. But let me tell you, I love Apex. I think Respawn is a very respectable company, but I feel like this is really scummy if this is the true way that this is going to happen. So some people have picked apart the trailer that popped out, and we can do that too. All right, we'll do that too. Just give me a moment. I'm going to have to scroll with my non-dominant hand because Swanson is in my lap and he's falling out. So it's really interesting. There are going to be different items that drop all through the map in Battle Royale, right? Casual Battle Royale. Blue materia you can pick up and it'll give you HP. You can damage enemies to heal yourself. Green materia is lightning based. So you reload an empty weapon to emit a shock nova, damaging and slowing nearby enemies. Oh, it's like that when you can have something like that in Call of Duty. Okay. Purple materia, where crit rate is up. Random criticals provide extra damage. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. That's going to be awful for those wingman users. Are you kidding me, dude? Wingman users with, okay. Red materia, you can summon a Nessie companion to attack your foes, which is very adorable. Yellow materia, which is assess. You can damage enemies to see their remaining health. All in all, this sounds really fun, right? Obviously, it's in casual because otherwise it would be really weird. Here are the skins on rotation, which look really cool. I really like it. Ow. Okay, sorry. I keep punching my thing. It's very cool. And here's the thing. This sword is a universal heirloom that can be equipped by any legend. That's awesome, right? One-time payment, have an heirloom for everyone. Absolutely. It's not going to be in the heirloom store though. So once this event is over, you're never going to be able to buy it ever again. But here's the thing. It is a percentage drop. It is a very, very small percentage drop of how many loot boxes in the event you can open and you get it. The possibility is like 3% or something like that because they don't want you to have this. They want you to spend money and they don't want you to have this. So I'm trying to see if there is a way. Okay, this is not the one that I'm looking at, but in the event, yeah. So you earn gil during the event and you can unlock specific things, right? Like free things, right? No. I know. It is foul. So let's bring up that trailer and let's do some math, yeah? Let's do some math. Oh, Swanson, I'm literally cradling him with one hand. He's falling off. What do I do? Okay, yeah, let's go to that trailer. What was it? Apex Final Fantasy. Here we go. Okay. Let's hope that trailer comes up. Here it is. All right. Sorry if it's really loud. My YouTube, for some reason, is very loud. So we're going to turn this off. I'm going to turn off the sound here. Hello? Play. We're going to pause it at the... They have a whole line. They have a tracker for the event that shows up. Let me double check. The skins are interesting. Okay, we're just going to wait and I'll just pause it because I can't be bothered to scrub through. It looks really cool, right? Cack sticks? Oh, that's cute. Yeah, the materia in game. I mean, it's cool. All right, Swanson, I'm going to move you up because you're falling off, buddy. There you go. Good boy. No, you can stay. You can stay. Yeah. Oh, he's leaving. All right. Okay. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Was that Nessie attacking with a sword? Okay, hold on. So let's go ahead and take a look. I think we're right here. Okay. Iconic Buster Sword. Yes. Okay. So yeah, it's basically, yeah, that's what it is. It is it's gambling, right? Okay. So it's really cool. The sword can be equipped by anyone. Where is this? Oh my God, there's a ton. Oh, okay. You want to see the skins? Here's. I mean, they're cool. But it's weird. I am the kind of person, I was the Apex person that would spend a lot of money in previous events, right? I would actually do that. I really liked it. I really liked some of the previous stuff. Wait, where's the event tracker? Did we miss it? I don't see it anywhere. What the? Wait, it was in here. Here it is. Okay, this must be it. Event tracker, right? Why is it not showing? Well, wait, it was going to show. Wait, is it gone? Hold on. Hold on. There was a still in here, a specific still. Sorry, y'all. When does this event start? The 9th, which I believe is Tuesday, which all of their events always start Tuesday. Sorry, chat. I am trying to figure out where exactly that tracker is because it gives a glimpse into how exactly this drop is going to work. Let me watch it from here. maybe it might have been a flash frame. I do remember it being a very small frame in the trailer that people were talking about. Unless they removed it, which would be absolutely wild. They may have removed it. Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's not showing up. Okay, so I'm gonna look this up. I'm gonna look this up. It was a still. I think that Reddit may have it. Yeah, okay. So I know it was in there. I wonder if there's a different trailer. Let's see if there's a different teaser. There may have been a different teaser that showed it. Uprising. No. What in the world? Okay, hold on. Event tracker, heirloom. There's no way. It was a still in that game. Okay. Hold on. Let's open it. Maybe there's more info on their page. This is really weird. It was actually on their it was actually in the video and I don't know where it went. That's so interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's the trailer. I don't see the reward track at all. Okay, so let's take a look at this. All right. All 36 items include the Buster Sword R5 melee cosmetic will randomly be awarded via event packs with no duplicates of event items. The Buster Sword R5, unlike the Takeover Buster Sword R2 R5, is a universal mythic melee cosmetic that has no gameplay abilities and can be equipped in place of your heirloom or fists. The sword will not be coming to the Mythic store after the event ends, so unlock it while you can. 6 iconic legend skins will also be available for direct purchase via the store. As you continue to collect items, keep an eye out for milestone rewards given after each milestone on the event packs page is hit. That's the part that people saw in the video, and I am trying to find that so hard. I'm so sorry. Full Apex Legends and Final Fantasy Rebirth event packs probability, 4-pack guarantee, and pricing details available in-game. Of course, they're not showing it. They're not showing it. Oh yeah, the one-winged angel. Hold on. You know what? We're gonna look this up on Twitter. I know this was out somewhere. This was out somewhere. Because, hold on. Apex Legends. Oops, I spelled that wrong. That's the esports. Damn it. Maybe they did remove it because I know this was the talk of everything. Because that death box specifically costs $360 if that tracker is correct. The death box, by the way, is just an item that lets you. Here it is. It was a Twitter video. Okay. Okay, let's do some math. Yeah. Hold on. Sorry. That blows it up a little bit too much. It was a Twitter video. This is the box that is going to cost so much money. Look. There's a death box skin. When you kill someone, their death box turns into that. Why would we need, this is the first event that I've not been excited for in terms of the skins because I don't understand it. I was all behind it. I thought that the character skins were really cool, right? Okay, so let's take a pause here. So, okay, this is the probability page. I'm gonna open this up. So sorry if this fucked up my, the perspective. So hold on. Okay. So, and listen, this is me totally understanding that you do not have to purchase these things, right? You do not have to purchase these things. It's still a free-to-play game. It's not going to change gameplay for you. But as I keep reiterating, it just screams greed, and it screams this disconnection from the community to the devs. We totally understand that this is a free-to-play game and you need money, income, in every season to bring in money to keep the studio going and this game going, right? But the messaging, man, there's just better ways to price these things. This is like the very first event that Apex hosted that had the very first collection event, and it was met with a lot of criticism. And this is their first ever crossover event. And it's similar boat, you know? There's going to be a lot of negative feedback. So let's take a look at this here real quick. So if I look here, you can see my cursor, yeah? Okay. The probability. One event item. So in each pack, by the way, it's been like this. You get 3 things, 3 items in a pack, right? 1 actual event item, and the 2 other items are other just normal items you would get for leveling up, right? You open up a loot box, it's one of those items you get from looting, leveling up. 1% mythic? Mythic? That's the heirloom, universal heirloom that you could get. That is the chance of it. So yeah, it's not even a guaranteed. In previous events, it was a guaranteed that you would get it, but now the guaranteed is that you would get the death box skin. So 5% iconic, 20% legendary, and 75% epic. 2 standard items that you get that are not event specific, 10% legendary, 20% epic, and 70% rare, just blue items, right? Again, and I keep repeating this, and the reason why I keep repeating this is that I constantly have people who are like, well, Stella, these are just optional items. You don't need to buy them. Why are you making such a big deal about it? Again, it's the disconnect between the community and the developers, and it's just giving this message that they just want money as opposed to giving us like quality updates. So yeah, so here are the milestones, right? It doesn't change, and the more that you unlock things, it doesn't change any probabilities. It doesn't change the probabilities. The only guaranteed, see, 30. I can't tell what that item is. That might be the sword. 30 might be the sword. I cannot tell though, because this is just an early graphic. But the death box is 36, right? 36 items. So, okay. If the normal skin, we're going to do some math, okay? Hold on, I'm going to write this down. Let me write this down. All right, chat? All right, we're doing some math. Okay, let me get my notes out. Okay. All right, chat, we're doing this. We're doing this. We're doing this live. Okay. So 36 items, right? It seems to be, let's say that 30 is the cap where you will be guaranteed to get the heirloom, right? Which at a 1%, I don't think we will. 30 for heirloom. I can't tell if that is what this thing is. This icon, it could be a pose, right? Or it could be the actual heirloom. My thing is, if it was the heirloom, why wouldn't it just show the sword? So this must be some pose. God, imagine it's an emote. Imagine it's an emote. Okay. So, okay, it seems to be the same sort of, hold on, let me, is there a better still that shows, okay, purchase, how many? God damn it, it doesn't show. Hold on, let me see anything else in here. No. Okay, 36 items to unlock that. So you get that for free. Okay, free. Okay, so it looks like you get this. I don't know if that's it. So let me see. How much are normal Apex Legends? Apex Legends loot boxes cost. Specific event ones. Let me see. Oh my God, that's right. It costs so much more in events. Okay, so previous events. Let's take a look at Genesis event. Yeah. The Genesis event, 1 pack. Oh, Jesus Christ. 1 pack was 700 coins. Which is about $7. So that was the previous. If we go by the previous events, right? Okay, previous event. Previous one loot box is 700 coins, right? Okay, so 700. Let's say you buy 36 loot boxes, right? And guaranteed they have deals, right? Okay, they have deals. We see one here. We can obviously see that there's like a deal here for 4. I can't tell if that's like 4 boxes. God, I wish they could get this off the screen. There's obviously going to be deals for this. So 4, it seems like a 4,000, which is $40 for 4 boxes, y'all. But it's looks like there's a deal on that. 1,600. Okay, so 4. Let's see. 4 boxes. Okay. Deal. I know. Yeah. Okay. So 36, right? 36. Okay, so you would need to buy 9 of those 4 packs, those 4 boxes packs, right? Okay, so 9 times 1,600. No way, that's not right. No, I did that wrong. Yeah, I did that wrong. Okay, hold on. Is that right? I'm not very good at math. I'm sorry. Okay, 36 items, right? Divided by 4. Oh my God. What? Why? 9. Yes, 9. Okay. I know. I'm so sorry. So 9 of those, which is going to be 1,600. So we'll multiply that. Oh my God. Okay, how much would this be in? Yeah, I know someone did the math on TikTok, but I also want to just double check it, which I understand I'm the worst person to double check it, right? So that comes out to 14,400 Apex coins, which to a kind of a 1-to-1 with Apex coins, because let's see, that's about $144, isn't it? If you do that pack, and if that is the actual deal we get on drop. And I'm so sorry if people are listening to this or watching this after it's been streamed and telling me, oh my God, why is she doing this math all wrong? If I'm wrong, please feel free to correct me. But that is based off this deal that I see here. Deal. Because it goes from 4,000 to 6. That is, I mean, I hate when they do that. You could just make it that one price, you know? That is that. But if we go by traditional, say you don't want to buy that, right? You just want to do individuals, hoping that you might get something. So 36 items, 700. You would be spending $252 about just to get that. If that is still the price, if it's still the pricing of 700 per box. But, also, but you can't just buy that, right? Here's the thing with that. The problem with that, you can't just outright buy those items, right? Because Apex coins can only be bought in specific bundles. And I absolutely hate this system. It is like this in every live service game. It's like this in Call of Duty. It's like this in Fortnite. The Apex coin system, right? Now, I'm hoping this is an updated one. Oh, this is okay, hold on. Let's open this up in like EA. Apex Legends coins. Come on. Let me just let me get in there. I just want to see the current exchange rate. Oh my God, dude, just let me like, okay, let's take a look at Xbox, right? Let's take a look at Apex coins through Xbox. Fuck it. Dude, oh my God, all these websites with like the pop-ups and stuff. Anyone else just get super annoyed with that recently? Oh my God, dude. Very annoying, all the pop-ups and stuff. Okay, so let's take a look at this one, yeah? So this is 1,000 Apex coins, right? You can only buy them in bundles. So let me take a look here. Let's see if yeah, here it is. Okay, amazing, great. So you can only buy them in bundles. You can't actually do one-to-one. This is nice, we get a deal, you know? 10,000 coins. $8.99 instead of $9.99. $10. So they're basically like that, right? Of course, if you want to spend, so essentially, if you want to buy all those packs, you have to purchase one of these, right? Your best bet would be to do something like this, because then you get all the money. So you would have to spend at least, what, $100 to get 11,500 Apex coins. So with that in mind, let's say we're the average person, you know, we're not thinking about how to best optimize costs because who was that time? 10,000 Apex coins, or I'm sorry, 1,000 Apex coins. And how much did we say that each of the events were? 36 items, right? 36. Yeah, you would have to spend. No, that's absolutely right. Yeah. Okay, sorry. You'd have to spend $360 to get this. So that's where the 360 came from. That's where all the TikTokers were saying 360, because you have to buy through the packs, right? So say you did the basic 1,000 coins, 360. Now, if you did it through certain packs, let's, God, really making me use my brain here, right? Let's take a look at how this would work. And listeners, please bear with me. I am sorry. I'm not very good at math. I've been fighting a migraine all day, so please understand. I know you're frustrated with hearing me try to calculate everything, and I'm sorry. How much money did we say that we would need to cover the full event? It was like 100, and it was 232, something like that. Let me just double check. If we did it through the deal, if that is the correct deal, 4 boxes for 1,600, which I feel like is not right. I don't think there's no way they're giving it to us for that low, right? Let's just see. So that was 9 times 1,600, 144 to get 36. But it's still not guaranteed that you're going to get that heirloom unless that is that 30 milestone mark. So 144, you would have to do a combination of this, the $100 bundle, and then, let's see. Yeah, you would have to do a combination of this and, God damn, dude, there's no good way to bundle this shit. Okay, let me write this down. I didn't realize how bad it was. Okay, so, jeez. Let's see. Okay, so you'd have to do this one, right? The 2,000 bundle. And then you would also have to add on like 2 of these. Actually, you would just have to add on this one. 1,000. So you'd have to do, Jesus, dude. There's no good way to do this. Because you still would need, if you purchase this, you would still need 2,900 coins. And there's no way to even that out easily. So let's see. You would have to spend, even though the boxes would only cost you 14,400 Apex coins, you would have to have 14,650 Apex coins in order to get that box deal, which is about $146.50. And that's the actual Apex coin amount. So that's not great. Now, if that's not the deal, let's take a look at how much that would actually cost you. What did we say? It was $360, right? The loot box prices this time were $1,000 each. I mean, that's possible. It's very possible because it's a very special crossover. And like I said, the event boxes are 700. Previously have been 700 coins each. So if it's 1,000 coins, that's very possible, right? So yeah, I think the right speculation is that it would cost $360 to get that very end item, which is this death box. But let me see. We're doing this research in real time, y'all. Okay. So from what I understand, the confusion becomes, why is the mythic a negative, a lesser than 1% chance? Yeah, I need to put that up on a whiteboard. I should have captured my mathing. I'm sorry. I should have captured it. But I hope you followed what I was saying. Usually in previous, okay, so here's the thing. Usually in previous events, it was guaranteed after you bought all of the skins that you would get the heirloom. Obviously, in this case, it is not right because that's not the case because they want you to be spending so much money to get it. I am heavily disappointed. So yeah, I'm not crazy, right? That is less than 1% mythic chance per one event item. Yeah, you would have to spend the max, which is 360. Again, hopefully the 30 mark is where you get it. But even then, that's $300. Oh, I didn't mean to. What the? This is this. Okay, so that's the hollow spray we get. It's the Kupo hollow spray. Then we get a banner. Then this item, I cannot tell. I'm hoping, I am praying it is the sword because then maybe it's a little less. It's not looking great though. This is going to be the most expensive event. And again, yeah, you don't need to buy them. You don't need to buy them, but it's extremely greedy. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the replies real quick. Okay, people are super into the Someone said my IRL death box after I spent $300 on this death box. He's asking for donations. Yeah. I don't think that this is going to be very well received when it comes out. I am very curious to see if that actual planning is the way that it's going to work out. I really want to know if, okay, hold on. Let me double check this. This is the sword, which is really cool, but you can't craft it. You have to spend money. Where was that? Oh, it was this one, right? Yeah, it's this one. Okay, right here. Let me just double check the... Oh my god, I hate when Twitter videos break. Okay. 20 items to... Okay, yeah, so... Is this the first time they've been dickish about this? So... I think that the very first event they had, which was the Iron Crown collection event, I could be wrong about the name. That was the very first time they came out with any sort of collection cosmetic event where you could buy skins as a limited time event. That one was met with a lot of criticism, me included, and calling them out on the pricing pattern, which they did a better job the next time around of making sure that there were more free cosmetics you could actually unlock, because the way that they advertised it was very weird. We thought that there would be a lot more free items you could unlock and you could earn, but that wasn't the case. So this one, I think a lot of people have gotten used to the fact that a lot of the events and skins, in previous events, you had to spend like $200 or so to get the actual heirloom that would come for free, quote unquote, for free after you earn all the skins, right? This is the first one where it is not guaranteed. The whole point of the reason why people would spend that much money, and I have done that, I'm not ashamed to say, because I used to play this game every day without fail. So for me, it was totally worth the money. For this to go beyond that $200, give or take, level, this is crazy. It's going to 360. And that's for a less than 1% chance to get that heirloom, because they don't want you to have it. If anyone could, I get it. If anyone could grind out and just buy that skin outright, like at 36, I get it. But I wonder if it is, since it is an event item, if you're guaranteed to get it, because there are no duplicates. You have to at least get it at 36, right? So $360 is when you're guaranteed to get that universal heirloom. Oh, I guarantee you people are going to buy that. They're absolutely going to buy that. Are you kidding me? I don't think I will. I'm not gonna lie. I do want that heirloom because I love it's my ADHD. I just really love having something to like mess with and inspect in game as I'm running around. But one, I don't really play this game as much anymore. And two, this is really expensive. I could get here's the thing, right? You could get really lucky. You could get it first pull. But the chances of you getting it like that is not very high. You would have to buy a bunch of packs. Also, this event honestly doesn't. I never played Final Fantasy VII. I don't have a very like close connection to it. So for me, I'm just like, oh, this is really cool, but I'm not like particularly interested. I think the Watson skin is really cute, the like Kupo skin, but I will probably buy one loot box, see what it gets me. So in previous ways, if you are serious about getting this, the way that I would say to do it is I would outright buy the skins so that you don't have to spend money on rolling your luck for the loot boxes. If you buy the skins, there's usually a pack. Actually, let's go ahead and take a look at their thing. I think they were showing the skins here. Let's look at their blog page. Okay. So, oh yeah, here. So we actually have the money. We actually have okay, so here. This, right? If you spend, oh no, they're not doing the pack. This is greedy! Usually, I am getting so worked up about this because usually, you know what they would do? They would have the skins and you could purchase this as a bundle. Purchase one skin and you get like 10 loot boxes, right? That would, but now they're $20 a skin instead of $20 for a skin and loot boxes. You know what? No, ignore what I just said. Do not buy the skins outright. Do not buy the skins outright. It got very much worse. I thought that there would be like deals because usually it's a skin plus packs, event packs, right? Or at the very least, not event packs, so that you don't feel like your money just all went to one thing and you wasted it. This is just the skins. And at $20 each, you're not saving any money. You're better off buying the packs for half that cost, but trying your luck. Oh. Oh, man. My heart just dropped. I am very excited for Respawn for getting this licensed crossover opportunity. But this pricing is just very weird, I can't get behind it. No, okay. So concerns brought up about using crafting material to craft skins. I believe you can. I don't doubt that you can. Let's see if okay, no crafting turned up in the thing. I don't feel like they're going to let us see if we can craft items until that update drops on Tuesday. Hey, but the free tiers, you get the cactus gun charm, which no one really cares about. You get one event pack. I don't know what these other packs are. These are packs that have nothing to do with the event. Nothing to do with the event. And you get a battle pass star, and you this is very weak. These are the free event rewards are very weak. Here's the thing. I will say this. As much shit as I give Call of Duty and Modern Warfare 3, their free events are at least free events that are really cool. And they have great rewards that I genuinely have spent time grinding for because I thought they were great, and it's very easy to unlock them if you just spend time in the game. This is not something that it does not feel worth the time if you're not spending money in it, right? To say you're a huge fan of Final Fantasy and you're also a big fan of Apex, this is a great, awesome crossover, but you're getting kind of shafted if you don't have the money for it. And yes, it's all optional. You don't have to do it. You don't have to buy it. But if you play this game all the time and you want to support the devs, you kind of want to shell out the money, right? Like, you want something cool in the game that you play every day. You don't want default skins, and that's okay. It's totally okay. But this pricing, this is not okay. And I cannot speak on why they may have decided to go this route with pricing and everything. It could be something that they had to make a deal with Square Enix. Who knows? Maybe this collab was very expensive for them, and that's okay. But that shouldn't be on the players to make up for. As beautiful as these skins are, I think they're very cool. That, god damn it, that R99 Koopa skin is very cute. But is it almost $400 cute? I don't think so. Yeah, it seems like with this event, you are only going to be able to buy these. We'll see. We'll see. If this is how if these skins do not come with loot boxes like previous events, then it is fucked. Usually you also get like a skin and the weapon bundle, right? We'll see. Because I would love to just buy a weapon skin. They're so cute. I would love that. But I doubt that we're going to get that. It seems to be very lacking in alternative forms of purchase. So, yeah. Also, the Buster Sword in the actual game seems interesting. You can get access to light and heavy attacks, blocking to reduce damage taken, and dash to close the gap and fill your meter to use the quintessential limit break. The more you deal, take, and block damage, the faster your meter will fill up. So what does the limit break do for this then? Is it that, like, I guess it's the in-air attack that you can do. Oh, well, I was looking into it and I didn't realize it was that bad. But yeah, I will probably honestly do an article on this next week as the event comes out. So, do I think Apex players will punish them by not spending the money? No. Here's the thing. Same with like Call of Duty, right? Same with Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 3 was obviously just a DLC with it was a map DLC pack, right? People still spent the money. Still one of the best-selling games. People will still buy it. People will still buy it, unfortunately. And that's why live service games work, because there is always someone who will spend the money on these things. So, unfortunately, even with public outcry, it will still probably make them a lot of money. So, I'm just really disappointed. I hope that with this, they do learn, though, and hopefully are able to maybe get better contracts, better deals with whoever they do crossovers with, especially with licensed things like this. I mean, they did the One Piece event, which was like a normal event, which was great. I feel like even though pricings are pretty high up on live service games, people have gotten used to the base event skin purchase. It was like $700 for an event pack. So I really hope that they can dial it in for future licensed things like this. I think people have gotten used to the cadence and they've gotten used to the money, the pricing, as much as they will give them flack for it. You know, they've gotten used to it. It's the standard. Breaking that standard is definitely weird and it feels greedy, especially when you look at that percentage, that chance that you can get the mythic. So. Yes, the limited aspect of this definitely feels very scummy. Especially with that heirloom. Usually heirloom is available to anyone who just purchases all the skins, which I'm like, you know what? That's fair. You spent $240. Have this. So it's definitely very weird. They're definitely going to be, all the streamers are still going to be buying it. And yeah, I guarantee you're going to see people do giveaways for it, right? For Apex coins and such leading up to this event or at the event. And yeah, it sucks. If the free rewards were a little bit better, if the game mode were, if the actual game mode was a little bit more enticing, because I feel like we're going to see people play this and it's going to get really chaotic really fast. I think it'll still be fun. I'll play it and then I'll see how much I like it, but I feel like it could get very chaotic. The balancing issues are going to be horrific with all these different materia drops you can get, but yeah. If Apex wasn't such a highly competitive game, if it was more like Fortnite, this could work. But I have a feeling it's going to be a little messy, but we'll see. Yeah. So yeah, this was a lot longer than I wanted to spend on Apex and the upcoming event, and I thought it was going to be more positive, but I actually had not sat down to look at the numbers myself, and I'm pretty disappointed. But hey, man, look out for an article next week because I think I'm going to cover this. It's very similar to the way that I reacted to their very first event, where I was like, "Whoa, how is this okay?" So, yeah. I guess this was the main topic of this podcast, and I definitely did not mean to. But that's how the best topics happen. So, thanks for listening, and hopefully next week we have some better news in the gaming world to report on.